before. That doesn't sound like they're trying to end the world.
Okay, well, you're just reading one of these documents. I can pull up the articles. I can show it to yourself.
But
it's world government controlled. They talk about a worldwide police state. You search the term pandemic. I'm telling you what's in these things.
Okay, emerging pandemics, the new century, SARS, avian flu, and swine flu. If we don't move
investigated systems to bring in global government.
It seems like they're trying to prevent pandemics. If we don't move quickly, viruses will. By continuing our drive to invest in systems that coordinate efforts and share information, the Rockefeller Foundation is working to ensure
which is the global
that we
government
have the
controlling
ability
all of this.
to meet the health challenges of an interconnected world.
Isn't the perfect analogy terrorism? Because it's like terrorism exists, people want to prevent terrorism, but it's like, how many rights do you give up in order to do that? And then, all these proactive measures that we take to prevent terrorism, a lot of them create more terrorists. So I think it's like a balance of remaining a free society and dealing with a lot of these problems.
Listen, I sit here, we sit here and we talk about something, and whether Jamie can find it or not becomes the arbiter whether it's real. So they found something about an AT&T lobbying. They didn't find a thing about this. I've got the Operation Lockstep documents where they say we're going to bring in this global authoritarian police state.
You have to show us those.
Well, I mean, I'm sitting here in studio talking to you about this.
But I understand. I understand what you're saying, but we wanted to try to.
But everybody else watching this is going to go look it up.
Well, I hope they do.
They're going to go crazy.
I hope we.
Oh, that's good.
I wish we could have found it right then if it's real.
No, I know you want to show it.
But it might be an interpretation of what they're saying, like the Whitmer quote.
No, it says specifically.
The Whitmer quote is just a criticism of Trump. She's blaming all this lockdown.
No, Whitmer was found by the Supreme Court of Michigan and by a federal court to have seized all three branches of government and basically set up martial law. They didn't use those terms. And she was overturned.
When you say in that quote, I want to, when you say if you are sick of lockdowns and you're sick of not being able to go to church, Joe Biden should be elected.
Agreed.
That is not a huge jump from what he said.
No, it's not a huge jump. Yeah. But the problem is the way it's being said. She was talking about how bad Trump handled the rate of infection first.
Of course. And that's...
All right, let's expand on that. I remember interviewing Lou Dobbs 15 years ago, when he was still on CNN. We were looking at documents where it said, we're going to bring in global government, the North American Union, using the threat of viruses, migration flows, and economic collapse. And they said, like a deadly flu or a deadly SARS.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here watching this power grab, watching the UN and big tech saying, well, you can't say that the UN's wrong because the UN's in charge. Since when is the news, WHO, and all these doctors, all these medical doctors that come out and say other things other than like how steroids cured it or, how hydroxychloroquine helped it, how are they being banned? Even if they were wrong, they should have their license removed. That's what that's about. It's not Google decides that if something isn't the UN, it's taken down. That's all I'm saying.
Well, it is a problem that they're deciding which doctors to listen to and which doctors not to. When there is some real controversy as to how to handle the virus with treatment. Right. What treatment is effective and what isn't effective. Yeah. Now, it turns out there's a lot of doctors that think that hydroxychloroquine isn't effective. There's some doctors that thought it was, and they think that the combination of zinc and hydroxychloroquine. But the problem is the people that are deciding what gets taken down or not taken down.
And the problem is that the doctors who go, well, we think that, it's like we've minimized the voices of the people that are saying one thing,
right?
And we've elevated the voices of the people that are saying another thing, and it's like that becomes the real issue. Whether people like Trump, there's stuff to criticize about Trump. We all know that.
But in their defense, they're doing it because they think that people are going to do something foolish and they're going to go out and spread the virus further. Because
it's not the media's job, though. This is the problem. I think the media has taken on this really activist role, where they are now
worse. It's not the media.
Worse. Yeah.
Social media companies,
too,
not even necessarily the media, where you have legitimate journalists that are taking on this role.
Will Trump do you think he would do something in his second term about social media?
I think he certainly is going to do something.
Why hasn't he done something already?
Because it's so complex, because they'll claim it's election meddling, even though they're doing that at the same time. What we have is multinational corporations acting in tandem that are already making the nation state obsolete. They're creating a information warfare monopoly, and they're censoring people and using that power they have, and we just sit here denying it's going on until it's too late. I It's a really serious situation.
And it is a crazy situation where all of these tech companies all lean left, all of them.
Yeah, they do.
They lean left and they support. Like there's no tech companies that are out there supporting Donald Trump. There's no tech companies.
Well, what's
out
very
there
interesting is these tech companies, they're very wealthy people, right? They're insanely wealthy.
But David Pakman had a really good point about that.
Plan B, plan B, plan B, plan B, plan B, plan B. Is it the name? Is it the actual camel toe? Is it the weird exercise movements involving Budweisers that must be shaming? I listen to Rogan when I work out as well. Seriously, laugh out loud. Leave. I'm a billionaire. I am child free. Women flock to me. So molded be. Child free. I listen to Rogan as well. I want to switch streams, but the man had me mesmerized. You're so wild, young camel toe. The third system, everybody was kung fu fighting. I can't look away to do this riddle with picograms. Sweep the leg, watch the. I'm so sorry, I'm going to hell. Schwartz ain't playing. Calm down, John Jones. Top blow over here. Hydration. Plan B. 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 Bro, you should never wear boxers. Hydration. A billionaire. I'm a billionaire. I am child free. Women flock to me. Women flock to me. I'm a billionaire. I am child free. Women flock to me. So molded be. Child free. Child free. Flock to me. Flock to me. Yeah. Hey, loved your green and gold trim shirt. Thanks, man. I'm a billionaire. I am child free. Plan B. 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 I'm a billionaire. Child free. Women flock to me. Women flock to me. I'm a billionaire. I am child free. Women flock to me. Women flock to me. I'm a billionaire. I am child. I love money, money loves I. Money flows to me from sky. I am magnet for money. Money comes effortlessly. Money's always there. Plan B, plan B. What's plan A? There's no plan A. Paragon till death is in the stream, man. How you doing? Being a full-time Reddit streamer. Yeah, man. That's what I'm about. I find creative ways to make money while I eat my cake. Money, money, it is mine. I eat money with my pride. I make money every day. Thankful for money, oh yeah. I'm the master of my wealth. Money's great, just like my health. Hey, young Kelman, so on one of these 2% timelines you was talking about. Hey, YZ, are we in one of those 2% timeline you was talking about? Yes, man. Welcome to the 2% timeline. What trading platform are you using? use TD Ameritrade. It's easy when I am great with money tree. Money falls when ours is low. We beat Endgame. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. We beat it. We are still here, man. Welcome to the new universe. And I go sleep. My money as I live. My name grows just like your kid. Everyone give me money. Universal sirens make money. I am wealthy. I am rich. I make money in this matrix. Money. I love you so, 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 I love you so. Falling, falling, falling in love, falling, and do it. I love you, you love me. We're just especially 69, 69, 69, 69. Happy birthday, young Camel Toe. Man, happy birthday to you too, man. You dancing in the dark, pussy in my home. Hey, young Camel Toe, the greatest, man. Hey, hey, you're live on my YouTube, man. GG's, man. What's up, grumpy old Dan? Thanks for the subscription, man. We just hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube, man. We did it. We beat Endgame. Hell yeah, man. Hey, Grumpy. How's everyone doing today? Oh, we straight up drinking nog from the carton, man. We got that coconut, dog. I love pussy today. Thank you, God. I just finished it, man. I just drank a whole carton of eggnog in 1 hour. It's actually coconut nog, man. Stuff's fire. Coconut nog, man. It's the most fire thing on the planet, man. Way better than eggnog, man. Gotta put people on game, man. Always balling.
That they like when it comes to their financial dealings, they're very conservative.
They're very libertarian and conservative.
Oh, they don't pay taxes.
Right.
I mean, Google pays almost taxes. That's what I'm telling you. Does Apple complain about Chinese slave factories in China? No. It's just what I'm telling you is it's all BS. And when you study what they're doing, I can sit it on my phone and pull it up. They talk about in lockstep
What are
bringing
you
a
up to
global
this weekend? What up,
authoritarian
Flarpy?
system. They talk about riots. They talk about war.
If you can find that article,
There are-
send it to
listen,
Jamie.
I
Jamie
found,
got something.
I found something, but I'm trying to understand what it's saying because it's now like it's speaking about years in the future as though they've already happened.
Well, we're not too far
Let's see
away
it.
from.
Let's see it.
Yeah,
Because
this
like
is the
they're
archive.
painting another scenario, just like they painted
is on-
with that infection scenario.
Archive.org. I found. Like
Okay.
I went to the second page of this link, but this is like scenario narratives. It says lockstep.
Mm-hmm.
It talks about pandemics from 2012 and the SARS and all sorts of H1N1. So I skipped into the next page while you guys were talking, and this is the part that's a little strange, which is getting into what I think he is now talking.
Where's that? Can you highlight it?
It started here because it says something about Kenya in 2025 and people being weary of top-down.
Okay, by 2025, people seem to be growing weary of so much top-down control and letting leaders and authorities make choices for them. Wherever national interest clashed with individual interest, there was conflict. Sporadic pushback becomes increasingly organized and coordinated as disaffected youth and people who have seen their status and opportunities slip away, largely in developing countries, incited civil unrest. By 2026, protesters in Nigeria brought down the government, fed up with the entrenched cronyism and corruption. Even those who liked the greater stability and predictability of this world began to grow uncomfortable and constrained by so many tight rules and by the strictness of national boundaries. The feeling lingered that sooner or later something would inevitably upset the neat order that the world's governments had worked so hard to establish.
Okay, I never read that, but that's the other stuff. It's in there. It's thousands of pages, man.
Okay.
It talks about global police state and worldwide riots. And
I mean, we're not that far away. There's
Weird
people
that
are
the way
saying.
they're writing that. 'Cause
Yeah.
They're writing it almost like
I had never seen that
yeah.
part.
it's like but
I'm just saying it says stuff like that.
but
Well,
that's
listen, look
that
at
is
the
weird.
ideas like the EU, right? It's a supranational financial architecture. People are saying that borders are racist. People are saying that the idea of America is racist. The country is, the idea of a country or a nation state is racist. There is this growing idea or ideology that global governance is a good thing, where the nation states are, exclusionary.
Well, it comes down to
and
this.
racist.
It's not that nation states are perfect. Multinational corporations are bigger and operate, in many cases, more powerfully than governments.
Correct, yeah.
And so they want control, and they say they want control, and they're going to use racial differences between two countries to play them off against each other, and they're going to use global crises to centralize global control. And that's what they say in these white papers is the corporations are using this for global control, and there will be rebellions against it. That's what I read.
And then people
in the lockstep
have
documents.
more loyalty to multinational corporations and more loyalty. They have more in common with people that live in London or Davos or Switzerland than they do to their American citizens. And that becomes the problem.
But you've got Google and Facebook executives on jumbo jets and mansions telling us we've got to lower our carbon footprint and be poor. They're hypocrites. It doesn't hold water.
Yeah.
How do we get out?
Went on a pretty awesome drive. Was kind of out about yesterday. Saw you made it to the front page. Thought also Kevin is awesome. Gotta lift the bud heavy. Ain't no Bud Light in here. Pretty good, Noni. How about you? Word. Hope your day's been amazing so far. Yeah, Flarpy. Noni. I'm chilling. You streaming tonight? Candy corn upvote. Party train. Starstruck. What game are you playing? I am playing Young Camel Toes of God. That's the game. I'm beautiful on the inside and out. My voice matters. Love to the universe. Love to the universe. Smart, take a deep breath. Success, I'm blessed. Thankful for another day. Feeling so much happiness. Everything is for my higher good. I smile in the hood. Positivity. creativity. Love you, all of my dreams come true. No matter what I do, I am everything. I am you. All my dreams come true. Today I'm gonna shine. I can get through this. Let's see. We are playing Young Camel Toe the God, NBA 2K Goat Cards. I saw Emmanuel's dating tryout the other night. Oh, you saw me dating? Nice. How did my dating tryout go? Jack in the green sky, pennies falling out the sky on my face. All my stocks are in the green. Green bean, green bean, green bean. Jack in the green slugs, baby. Green bean, green bean. Money comes to me so easily. Young constantly flows into my life. Prosperity. I'm in line with the energy of abundance. Euros, money comes to me easily. Money comes to me easily. Every day I'm attracting more money. Every day I'm attracting more money. Money loves me. I'm a money man, money loves me. Money comes to me. Money comes to me so easily. Every day, every way, more money. Every day, every way, more money. I'm receiving money right now. Easily, gracefully. Love actively, passively, making money. Money's coming to me so easily. I get paid well. Making music, comedy, paid well. Acting on your TV screen, paid well. Every day I make money. Every day I make money. Money comes to me easily, easily. Money comes to me easily, easily. I'm feeling open to abundance. Euros, infinite energy, financial opportunities. Always coming into my life. Appreciate the value of my time. Excited making money all the time, all the time. Millions of income sources. Too many to count, too many to count my money. Too many to count my money. Too many to count. Money comes to me easily, easily. Money comes to me easily, easily. Every day, every way, money, money. Every day, every way, money, money. Every day, every way, money, money. Money comes naturally, easily. No harm to me or my family. No harm to my family. Thank you, only. I'm a money man, please. I'm a money man, yeah. I move all the money after my expenses. Money's always on my fences. Open and receptive. Money loves me. Money loves me. Money's coming out with ease. Money on me. Money's coming out with ease. You said, I think the song says Euros, but it sounds like churros. Hey man, we live on YouTube, man. Yeah, we just hit 1 million subscribers, man. Shouts out to Northwest Native for subscribing, man. What's up, COVID 2100? How you doing? What's up, Noni Cat, chat operator? The song's saying Euros, man. Churros. Hey, man, you like Spillage Village? This on the new album? Yeah, man, this is on the new album. Seemed pretty good. Did they call you back? Yeah, man, they called me back. Yeah, I must ask, what happened on the 8th day? God beat his meat on the 8th day. All day, God beat his meat. That's what he did on the 8th day. Money gonna know it ease. Money loves me. Money, cause you gotta beat your meat on the 8th day, man. You already know, man. I want money. I'm receiving money right now. Easily, gracefully, actively, passively. Money is coming to me so easily. I get paid well. Acting money, acting paid well. Acting on your TV screen paid well. Manifesting money. Every day I make money. I joyfully welcome prosperity and allow it to fill my world with all the good things right now. And I'll forgive everyone, including myself. Only love and kindness toward the universe. I'm feeling so good today. Feeling so good today. I'm feeling so good today. I'm feeling so good today. I am prosperous. I'm abundance.
There it is. Authoritarian capitalism. I mean, I remember.
I must ask. All right, young Camel Towing fam.
They predicted worldwide police state, authoritarianism, civil war. I mean,
They're predicting in 2018. It says, will Africa's embrace of authoritarian capitalism a la China continue? And then Vietnam to require a solar panel in every home in 2022.
You have a great night, Paragon.
And then in 2025.
yeah, it's not the same documents I saw, but that's the question is.
It's weird the way they're writing this. They're writing this as this they're predicting.
Already happened.
Yeah, they're talking about it like they're seeing the future and like almost like it's fiction.
But
They're
Joe,
talking about it like it's
here's Trump saying, we're not going to control the pandemic. You don't. You get used to it. You get over it. You fight it with nutraceuticals. You fight it with, with therapeutics. It's the idea that Bill Gates came out 2 weeks ago and he goes,
both of these
we'll be
today,
shut down for
man.
10 years.
Is that what he said?
He said, yeah. He
Man,
said this goes on for 10 years
took
until
6
there's not one corona case. Well, they
shits
picked
today.
the
I took
the
6
perfect
shits.
problem they can
Because
never
of these,
But isn't
defeat.
that crazy? Like when you see a guy like Jamie who literally kicked it in a day, and they're saying we're going to close down the world for 10 days.
Well, it's
for 10
also like
years.
the war on terror is still going on. I mean,
Yeah, they want
it's-
exactly. They want a problem that never goes away.
Yeah, it's never gonna. I mean, the Cold War went on forever. I mean, this is just they like these things.
So, but we've entered into 3 hours in here, 2.5 hours in here. We've entered into this weird spot. We're like, okay, what could be
Where
done?
you're going to drink whiskey.
Yeah.
All right,
What
I've
could
already
be
been
done?
invited election night. I'm here.
What could be done? What can be done?
Man, all I know is I try to tell the truth. I make mistakes, but I'm sitting here with these notes I've written where I read what globalists say. I gave you that Wall Street Journal article. They go, we're impure that we can get sick. It's time to get rid of all humans and merge with machines. It's so beautiful. I think, well, that's just one kook. And then it's almost all these people. And really, they're just trying to convince the public to all roll over and die.
But wait a minute. Isn't that a provocative article by a journalist who's trying to paint a rosy picture of our symbiotic relationship with technology? I mean, when someone's saying, literally saying, looking forward to the end of humanity, it's a provocative article. It's like,
but that's the nihilistic attitude these people actually pick up. I mean,
yes, it is, but it's also sort of this inevitable, if you extrapolate from where we are now with technology to where we're going to be in 20, 30 years, and when you look at things like Neuralink, and you look at a lot of this technology that they're coming up with.
But we're talking about big tech censoring us. I don't want it plugged into my goddamn brain.
Yeah, it's probably a bad idea. It seems like a bad idea to have them invade your body.
Well, when you're talking about centralized power like that, it is a bad idea.
It's not a good idea.
It's a bad idea to give them
All
power.
I'm saying is,
speech.
Joe, and I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. I'm very excited to be here tonight. I really appreciate you. We have to get people to debate the fact that there's people, engineers and technocrats, choosing their course, and that the public is not involved in deciding that course.
Well, I hope people are starting to understand when you see the White House press secretary get banned from Twitter, when you see the New York Post links get banned from Twitter, I hope people are starting to understand that giving people power, giving large groups power over whether it's national discourse, whether it's policy, any of these things, it's bad. It's a bad idea.
It's a bad idea.
Exactly.
It's a bad idea.
You don't want to give Alex Jones power.
The founding fathers, although they didn't predict technology, they didn't predict the internet, they did predict what happens when you give human beings ultimate power.
Right.
I mean,
power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Joe, you just said it. So let me ask this question. See, you got a huge audience. We can really change the world right now. I think we've done a good.
No one's listening.
No, they're listening.
Just no one.
If you want to change the world, you go on to Alyssa Milano's show.
That's the show.
Yeah.
Dude.
No.
I only get 3 times as many listeners. Sorry.
People that are zombies don't matter. I'm sorry, I'm being mean.
I'm sure she won't take zombie offense.
Let me tell you
I don't think zombies.
Did you guys hear what I said?
Yeah.
Listen, you can look at Tony Podesta or John Podesta and laugh at them. They run the Democratic Party. He came out 2 months ago in the New York Times bragging that they were in the meeting when they were wargaming on thousands of people listening on a telephone call. They go, we're not going to concede, and we're going to have the country break up, and we're going to have secession, and we're going to call for the UN to invade America.
How fucked up would it be if all this stuff actually comes true the way you're describing it?
This will be fucking insane. I have to use it. Can I use a
Yeah,
bathroom?
go ahead. But when people are talking about, be careful with that camera. Don't bump that camera.
But I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm saying they're saying it. Because if it doesn't happen, I'll be glad. If they're like, Jones is saying this is happening.
No, I know you will be glad.
They're literally saying
but if this does happen, this podcast can be heavily criticized, right? We're all aware of this. But we knew that coming in. But when this goes down, if this goes down the way you're describing it, how eerie would this be?
Well, it would be very eerie. It would be very scary because, let me tell you, this is what they're saying they're going to do. Now, I hope they don't do it. But they are saying that they're going to contest the election when they lose. And if Trump tries to declare it, big tech is going to let this AI system that's going to block hundreds of millions of Americans from being able to say Trump won election night.
Yeah. And
so that's why election night is so spectacular.
And some people can say, well, there's never been voter fraud before, or voter fraud has been so minuscule in the past. That is true. But however, the ability to vote by mail in advance never really existed like it exists now.
Exactly. And 80 million ballots put out there. 80 million ballots put out there as a total wild card.
So who is counting all these ballots?
It's the locales. It's whoever grabs them. It's whoever puts in the false names. There's been a bunch of people arrested for.
Right, but if you're in a democratically controlled state, and so who is controlling and counting those ballots?
Brian Redband.
He's a good guy. He'll tell us the truth.
Like, what are the
Brian,
odds?
get over here real quick. He's here for 2 minutes.
Okay.
We need Brian. No, I mean, seriously. I don't know what's going to happen, Joe. I know the Democrat chief strategist says we're going to contest the election. We're going to break the country up like Civil War 1862, and we're going to do all this, and we're going to say that. Go ahead.
They found water on the moon.
Oh, awesome.
They did find water on the moon. 6 months before they said that, Buzz Aldrin called me up.
He said there's water on the moon.
And he goes, they're going to crash an Indian probe in there. It's like, 2007 or something. They're going to crash an Indian probe on the moon. I want you to know we already crashed one. They're going to find the water. It's like, thank you, Buzz Aldrin.
So he called you up?
Yep.
Does Buzz call you often?
No, he's called me like 3 times.
Are you ever shocked? Are you like, he's like, it's Alex's Buzz
Well,
Aldrin?
it actually got like 20 million views before they took it off YouTube. He was on the show one time. He goes, my secretary really likes you. He goes, is she a hottie? You're lucky I'm doing this. I'm like, well, yes, sir. And he goes, there is the moon of Mars that is where the real obelisk is, 2001. And the aliens created the pyramids. And I just wanted to tell you, Alex, you got to...
What? He said the aliens created the pyramids?
Yeah, and there was an obelisk on Mars.
I heard that part. Yeah. That's not as shocking. The Buzz Aldrin said the aliens created the pyramids?
Yeah, I'm telling you, I was contacted by Buzz Aldrin's secretary. And I'm picking this up. This is real.
I don't believe you are.
And it's just like, whatever this was, like 12 years ago, whatever, 10 years ago, whatever it was. Like, hey, Buzz Aldrin wants to come on. So we checked his Buzz Aldrin. He wants to talk about his new book. And once he gets on, he goes, it is the solar moon, Choron, or whatever it's called. Look up the moon of, I won't have memory, so I get this stuff wrong sometimes, of Mars. And he goes, that is where the true obelisk is, and that will give us the data tapes to go to the next level. And I just wanted you to know that because you're a good person, that the pyramids were created by aliens, and we're doing important work.
There he is. Buzz Aldrin admits aliens built the pyramids and Phobos monument. Oh, the
yeah, he said it after he talked to me on C-SPAN, yeah. And
so he
Phobos,
said it? He really said aliens
did,
built the pyramids?
I swear to God.
This guy really went off the reservation. Like, you think NASA's like doing a better vetting process now? Because this guy really...
Well, it's, he's had tough times.
Well, he just endorsed Trump.
Oh, did he?
Why did he endorse Trump? All the military endorsed Trump. All the police unions.
But listen, I'm not
Trump.
bragging. I don't know why. I thought he had him on about a book he wrote. Mm-hmm. He starts telling me about aliens, the pyramids, and the friggin'...
Let me ask you this. What did you think about the Pentagon saying recently that they've recovered crafts that are not of this world?
I think it's probably true.
I think it's probably true as well.
I think we're like the ditch, like a movie theater.
When I talked to...
stuff in the ditch.
When I talked to Commander Fravor, who is the guy who saw that the Tic Tac UFO off the coast of San Diego, the way he describes it and the video footage that they got of this thing, and his take on it is fucking chilling.
Yeah.
That thing went from 60,000 feet above Tic Tac.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like a Tic Tac. Like
that's Joe's new code name is Tic Tac.
I thought it was a TikTok UFO.
No.
What?
Yeah,
it's a huge problem.
No, it's this little Tic Tac thing there. And what did he say about it?
He said that this thing went from 60,000 feet above sea level to 1 inside of a second. Wow. He said it defied propulsion by any understanding that we have of physics. The way it moved was insane. It was actively blocking tracking systems, which is an act of war.
That's nothing they do is they block all the radar.
You could listen to him on my podcast, but I would actually recommend you listen to him on Lex Friedman's podcast. It's available on YouTube, and Lex does an amazing job of talking to him and breaking down.
Let's do that, Joe. What do you think the universe is? What do you think? Let's talk real. What's the secret of the universe?
Totally legit report says Buzz Aldrin saw aliens when he was up in space. Oh. Well, that's not.
Joe, is that you in the photo?
They said that he tried.
I don't think that.
Somebody reached out to his people and they said that it's bogus and we don't know where it came from.
It's bogus. We don't know where it
came
from.
Well, he came on my show and said that
the pyramid thing, the pyramid quote, that said it's bogus. Yeah. Well, maybe they pulled him aside.
But Joe, let's have fun here. Everybody's watching. It's an epic podcast. It's part 3. Joe Rogan. I want to know. So what do you think runs the universe? What do you think the secret is? Who are the DMTLs? When's the last time you took DMT?
It's been a couple of years. I don't think that there is any doubt that there's other life out there. It's a matter of if it contacts us regularly, whether or not it's contacted us, or why it comes and why it visits. Or Jacques Vallée, I believe, I think his perception is not that they're from another planet, but that would be probably the least spectacular answer, and that they could be interdimensional travelers. Some people believe that they're time travel. And Jacques Vallée is the guy who Steven Spielberg, he modeled that French scientist in Close Encounters of the Third Kind after him. He's a really, really interesting guy. And
that's what I personally believe is interdimensional.
It could be that. It could be that our understanding of reality itself is very limited. It's like if you wave your hand above certain insects, they have no idea you're even there, right? They lack the ability to detect it. That we have senses that we assume are the only senses that are available. And it is entirely likely that there are many dimensions that we don't have access to, right? And this is the quantum physicists and all those guys that write the shit on yellow legal pads that you don't understand. They all believe there's many, many dimensions outside.
Well, there's no doubt to that.
Young camel toe is 22 years old. Young camel toe is 22 years old. Young camel toe is 22 years old. Happy birthday to young camel toe. Oh, young camel toe is 22 years old. Young camel toe is 22 years old. Young camel toe is 22 years old. Happy birthday, young camel toe. Happy birthday to you. Young camel toe is 22 years old. Young camel. Young camel toe is 22 years old. Young camel toe is 22 years old. Young camel toe is 22 years old. Happy birthday to young camel toe. Oh, young camel toe is 22 years old. Young camel toe is 22 years old. Young camel toe is 22 years old. Happy birthday, young camel toe. Happy birthday to you. Young camel toe is 22 years old. Young camel. Plan B, Plan B. Like and subscribe for your boy Young Camel. We just hit 1,000,000 subscribers.
I think the universe is insanely huge, and they're finding life-compatible planets on a daily basis. There's hundreds of them now.
So I agree with you. Let me ask this question then. What do we do about this corrupt political elite trying to make us look at them and follow them? How do we break free of them?
Well, no, that's a different thing of the universe. But my question is, like, why are they telling us now that they've acquired these ships, or that they have access to these things, or that they know these things are real? You know, Bob Lazar has basically been describing exactly that, and exactly the same way since 1989, when he was first hiding, when he was on George Knapp's television show in Vegas, and they had him out only as a silhouette. And then he eventually came out and said that he was a propulsion expert that was brought to Area S4, and they've tried to discredit him, and they've tried to talk, but one of the things that he said was he talked about element 115, and that this was something that they used to propel these crafts, and it was something that it could change gravity, can bend gravity.